Mike Jones. Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and welcome you back to the 29th character in this series of videos talking about various newcomer ideas for Super Smash Bros. 5 on the Nintendo Switch. This time, the third retro character. See what I did there. 3. Retro character I'm talking about on this list, after Takamaru and the Excitebiker, is Star Tropic's own Mike Jones. The Star Tropic, for those of you who don't know, the Star Tropic franchise was kind of like a top-down, action-ish adventure puzzle type of game on the original Nintendo. Star Tropics 1 and Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. It was exclusive, as far as I can recall, to America. And it's basically like Legend of Zelda if it was super more wacky and modern, and the main character used yo-yos and laser guns and stuff like that, and you still solve puzzles and went in the dungeons and blah blah blah. And Mike Jones was the main character, and that's basically all you really need to know if you've never played it. I'm sure whatever Nintendo system you have now has it on the Wii Virtual Console, like the Wii Virtual Console, Wii U Virtual Console, probably on the Switch, I'm assuming somewhere down the line, hopefully. Probably on your 3DS, I don't know, but if you want to find a way, I recommend you do play. I never played Zoda's Revenge, but I have put some time into the original, and I can see why the Star Tropics franchise is considered a cult classic, and why people have requested Mike Jones to be one of the retro characters in Smash Bros. For quite some time. But, just like always, 3 separate categories. Why does this character make sense to be in Smash Bros.? Moveset ideas, and percentage chance I can see him getting in. Let's see, why does Mike Jones actually make sense to be in? It is a classic series that many people remember. It only was ever on the original Nintendo, and there's only been 2 games, and only supposedly was exclusive to America, and I think there might have been European versions too. I'm not fully sure. Someone could probably correct me in the comment section on that. But it is a cult classic, retro series from Nintendo from the NES days that a lot of people would like to see revived, and a lot of people would like to see come back. So it does have name recognition. And it would represent something different. It's apparently like American exclusive, or maybe in Europe as well, or like Western exclusive. It's never been released in Japan. We've had characters from games that were Japanese exclusive. When Martha and Roy were brought in, Fire Emblem was still exclusive to Japan. Like Sakurai does seem to show preference to characters that are exclusive in Japan, so it represents something different. So I think Sakurai likes to do stuff different sometimes on who he wants to represent. Sometimes he prefers to represent a certain character over another character, or something of that effect. Like he wants to represent something that's original, something different, and something that will stand out. He's never put in a character that's been exclusive to America, exclusive to the Western audience. He's never put in a character so far that's never had an appearance in Japan. This could be that character. This could be an optional choice, a very high likely, very reasonable choice to fit that quota if he ever wants to put in a character that wants to represent something different. Instead of Japanese exclusive, it's Western American exclusive. And that's basically my 2 reasons for why I think Mike Jones would make sense to be included in Smash Bros. It's a cult classic franchise that many people remember, many people loved, and they want to see brought back. And they have kind of referenced him, I think, in some games too. I do think he was he in Captain Rainbow? I do recall seeing some game where they referenced Mike Jones at some point. And I don't remember where it was, but I do recall they referencing or cameoing him somewhere. The games, both of them, have been on numerous virtual consoles since the Wii. And like I said, it represents something different. An American exclusive character for a franchise that many people want to see brought back. And it's, like I said, American exclusive, so maybe that can at least introduce the character more in the franchise, more so to Japanese audiences. Maybe if they haven't released it on a virtual console, or at least them on a virtual console then, and then we'll finally see a 3rd game or a remake of the original or something. So it's a marketing strategy that they can release it, advertise it more to the Japanese audience, and then the series can be brought back. Just kind of like how Kid Icarus was retro in Brawl, and then the series was brought back, and then it wasn't retro. Kid Pit and all that wasn't retro in Smash Bros. 4, because Kid Icarus got a revival with Uprising. Bring him back, he's a retro in 5, and the next time we get Smash Bros. 6 around, maybe we'll get a new character from the game, he has a partner and something, and the series is brought back. I don't know. So that's my reasoning. It's called classic series that could easily be brought back, many people remember, or represent something different. Moveset ideas. Now, he does share some similarities to certain items that Ness would use, like the yo-yos and the baseball bats and whatnot, but I think I've come up with an idea where at least he'd be more so different than any of that stuff, than anything Ness would do. Because Ness focuses a lot on like his side powers and stuff like that. The yo-yo is like a minimal thing, as well as the baseball bat is a minimal thing. they're kind of more major in terms of Mike Jones's moveset. So his smash attacks would be all yo-yo based. Every single smash attack, every single A attack would be based off his yo-yo. Tapping A, up A, down A, left, right, right A, holding it down to probably charge it, and he just throws the yo-yo up and down into your opponent. You can charge it, and it makes it how far it goes out. But it also, because there's different types of yo-yos that you get in the first Star Tropics game. There's the Island Yo-Yo, the Shooting Star, and the Supernova. Instead of, like I mentioned in Alm's video about him switching between the Royal Blade and the Falchion, I don't want to do that because that seems a little redundant. Have it depend on how much you charge it. If you just tap the buttons, you always just use the Island Yo-Yo. It's the most basic yo-yo. It does the minimal amount of damage. You just tap it. It goes a decent distance, but it will do a little bit of damage. If you hold it down for at least medium time, you will get the Shooting Star, and it does a little bit more damage, and it goes a little bit further out. And then if you hold down the full charge charge length, you could do the Supernova, which will go the farthest length you could throw your yo-yo, and it does the most damage. But it's a risk versus reward thing. Do you have time to charge up to be able to throw the Supernova, or is an opponent charging right to your face and you have to use the Island Yo-Yo? It's kind of like that. Do you have time to charge your yo-yo, or do you have to quickly throw a yo-yo out to stop an opponent from hitting you so you can get some distance back up or go in and attack them or something? So it's a charge based, depending on what yo-yo you get. No charge, the Island Yo-Yo. The Shooting Star is medium charge, and full charge is Supernova. That's all his smash attacks. Everything yo-yo, up, down, left, right, jumping down, swiping with the yo-yo, tripping opponents and stuff like that. The special attacks will focus on the baseball bat. He'll have some baseball attacks and special attacks, and I think his baseball attacks will be very similar to how you do the charge baseball bat for Ness. So it would be kind of like that critical, that really good sounding critical hit when you use Ness's baseball bat correctly. That will be kind of like what I'd give him. It'd be kind of a clone attack, but I'll have him swing it differently, and it's only very minimal in his moveset. So there you go. He also uses a slingshot, so that would be his range attack. And he also throws what are called asterisks, which are basically ninja star, shooting star type stuff. So his range attack is using a slingshot on opponents and then throwing stars, like ninja stars. They're called asterisks in the game. So that would be his medium range attack. He also uses the baseball bat, and he has spiked shoes. So he'll just stomp on opponents with spiked shoes and cause damage. He'll jump up and come down with spiked boots or something. Spiked on the bottom of his tennis shoes, spikes. Or he could just or maybe he'll just raise his leg up and stomp on the ground, and if there's an opponent in front of him, he stomps on with spiked boots or something. I don't know. And he has the Miracle Mirror, which would be his reflect attack. So if you time it just correctly when someone's attacking you, you reflect their attack back onto your opponent. So that's basically what I would want to give him as terms of his special attacks. His yo-yo would be a whole lot of smash attacks, but the special attacks would be between the asterisks, the baseball bat, the shootings, the slingshot, spike shoes, and his Miracle Mirror. He could reflect attacks, stomp on opponents, throw shooting stars, as well as use a slingshot for range attacks, and then close range would be his baseball bat. The yo-yo would be smash attacks, and that'll be that. Now, in terms of final smash, I seen someone mention this on GameSpot because I used a little bit of research before coming up with this moveset, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently than theirs because I went in and looked at all the weapons in the game because I never beat the first Star Tropics, so I never knew all the weapons he can get. But in the later part of the game, he gets a laser gun and a super laser. So I would basically make his final smash his gun attacks, his laser beam shooter rifle attacks. So if he starts off the attack when you get it, it'll be kind of like Marth's type of thing, where it's like it strikes him across the stage, like he slides and he does that critical Fire Emblem thing, except instead of you have to be close to your opponent to do it, you could do it from halfway across the stage. These guns have long range, so you better have the reflexes of a crazy person to be able to dodge this when he does it. He'll just pull out the laser gun, pew, and this beam will just go across the stage, and if it hits anyone, it causes some damage, and then after that, he immediately pulls out the super laser, and it's a bigger beam, a bigger blaster rifle shot, and that will cause more damage. So he pulls one out right after the laser shot, and he does a few shots maybe. No, that's what he would do. He basically will pull it out, instead of just pulling it and doing it once, he pulls out the laser gun, and you get different shots like, and if you're quick enough to dodge those, you must be really good at Smash Brothers. And then he immediately pulls out for one last shot of the super laser, goes across the stage, and whoever has the highest amount of damage, whoever has super damage, will get someone flying off the stage. That's what it is. So it's the laser gun super laser combo. That's what I'm calling this final smash. The laser gun combos or whatever. So he shoots multiple shots with the laser gun, super laser, one final big beam shot. Anyone that has a high amount of damage will get exploded off the stage. There you go. So I kind of have to represent that. That's like that is Mike Jones's most powerful weapons. So they have to be his final smash. Now, in terms of percentage chance, third category, I can see him getting in. I'm giving him a 50%. That's a good percentage range, and it's probably one of the lower characters I've done so far because I don't think I went super low above 50. I don't know if I have any characters that were in 40 or range or whatnot. But I'm giving him a 50% range. He's 5% lower than I gave Excitebiker and like 10% lower, 15% lower than I gave Takamaru. Takamaru is still one of the highest percentage chance characters I can see getting in, but his percentage isn't 100% given. That's the reason why I only put him at 75%, not 80 or 90, because retro characters are a gamble. They're a crapshoot. You can't really base off like look at certain patterns and look at what games are being made, like for Nintendo characters or third-party characters, the collaborations between companies with Nintendo and whatnot. It's a crapshoot. Sakurai could be like, oh, I just want to pick. He just picks him out of like a basket. Oh, I'm gonna pick this character. Who is it? Oh, it's Mike Jones. It's random. But I'm giving him 50% chance because he's a big major retro character that still has yet to be added, but he's not 100% guaranteed, and he's in that medium range, but not he's below like someone like Takamaru, but higher than various other retro characters that people do speculate or think could possibly get into. He's in that same range as Excitebiker though, which is slightly below Takamaru. I don't know. It's the best I can give him. It's a crapshoot, and I'm giving him 50% just kind of because it's a cult series. So there you go. So put in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys like my moveset ideas? Do you guys like the percentage chance? Do you think 50 is too low, too high? Do you think he should be in? What reasons? Do you like my reasons? What about your reasons? So on and so forth. There you go. You can discuss it down below. My name is Snipers Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. And stay tuned for character number 30 when I get to one more champion. Shortly after talking about Mifa, one more champion for Breath of the Wild, the Goron Daruk. See y'all later. Mike Jones!